What I'm reviewing today is the Thrunite Catapult Mini rechargeable LED flashlight. And as you can see here, it's a really tiny little flashlight, but it's got, it packs a big punch, a lot of power, and has some pretty neat features. One of them is, it's a rechargeable flashlight, so it's got USB-C. As you can see, I'll open this up here, where you can just plug in and charge the flashlight itself. The main thing is this thing spits out on its highest level 680 lumens, which is pretty darn bright for such a flashlight that's so small like this. Also, one of the really unique features of this one is the throw on this flashlight. It can the beam can go up to, they say, 598 meters, and so it's almost like a mini little spotlight in your hand, which is really neat. As you can see here, as I remove the back, it comes with a rechargeable battery, and it's a 1100 milliamp hour, so made by Thrunite, so who also makes this flashlight. The flashlight has a lot of other interesting things too. I mean, there's multiple modes that it can do. I'm just going to kind of go over the basics here, but basically you end up with, I'll kind of show it to you. You have your typical on-off, and that's going to record the latest session you had. So you got your low, medium, and high, and you get to these just by kind of holding down that button. So there's low, medium, and high again. And so those are like the three main modes that you can do with the on-off button. You can also get into a turbo mode, and then you can also get into a firefly mode. So if I hold down the button there, you can see I'm in firefly mode. Really neat thing about the firefly mode is this thing lasts for 106 hours, they state in the manual. So that's quite a bit. So that's kind of nice. I mean, what's that, like 8 hours a night? You can go like 13 days or something. So anyways, it's got that. Then it also has, what's called the turbo mode when you do a double click. So, and that's going to give you a really bright beam. And again, you don't see it right here, but I'll do some, demos at night. That really has a good throw on it and gives it a really good distance. So now here is one of the things that's cool too, is they give you good spec sheets. You can kind of see exactly what you're kind of getting with your flashlight. Here you can see the LED is an Osram, KW, CSL, NM1.TG. So what's that mean? Basically, they say it's a newer LED, and I did check, and it does look like it's one of the newer Osram LEDs. The spec sheet was from like a year ago, and you can just go over to MyRandomTechBlog.Com, like you can see right here, and just do a quick search for your LED of any flashlight you're buying or whatever, if it's an Osram one, and you can kind of see what they're using. So that's pretty cool. You can, definitely go in and get the details, which is kind of important. Next, they just kind of state, it's a toughened ultra clear glass lens with anti-reflective coating. Then it states the reflector is a PMMA TAR. So PMMA, I'm going to probably butcher it, but it's like polymethyl methacrylate. But that's like basically like an acrylic, or I think like a plexiglass. TAR, that's a total internal reflection type lens. So basically what that does is you have like other types of lenses can be like also reflector lenses, but basically this kind of gives you that TAR lens. It's kind of got a cutoff for that light distribution. So think of like a spotlight. It's not really showing a really wide beam with leakage on the outside. It's a pretty tight beam, whereas the reflectors usually give you that kind of the wider thing. So granted, this flashlight is great as a spotlight, but is it going to light up a super wide area? I think I'd get a different flashlight if that's what you're looking for. Then there's also stuff like the material, TO6061T6. So basically, that's just just aluminum, and basically it's how they temper that aluminum or whatever to they make it stronger with that T6. That's what that T6 rating is on the end. It's basically like a subcategory of that aluminum, and how they treat it. But then it's also got stuff just, like your weight, dimensions, and information like that you might need. The other really cool stuff is it'll give you how many hours it's going to work under each mode. And like I said, there's, quite a few modes on this. You can see right here, it's got your high, medium, low, the turbo, the firefly, and the strobe. And the strobe actually has more than one mode. You can do SOS. I know that's important to some people. You can do SOS. They also have like a beacon mode and like a strobe mode. So it's got quite a few modes here, and you can see how many hours it lasts for each one. So Again, I like that Firefly if I'm looking for something in the dark room, and you don't want to wake up your significant other. And that turbo mode is awesome because you can really see it really far, and they give you good instructions. Since I was just talking about the lens, here's kind of what it looks like up close. You can see that lens is quite a bit different than most of your standard flashlights that's just gonna have that clear glass across it. So let's go ahead and show and see how it works. Now for the best part of the review, actually seeing what it does. Here's low. Trees in the back, I'm guessing, are 200 feet away. Here's medium. You see quite a bit brighter. And the trees up close are probably 25 feet. There's high. And there's turbo, and you can see that turbo really brightens things up. I'm guessing these trees, like there and the ones right behind it, are probably like about 300 feet, maybe the length of a football field, away. Now in the backyard, I'll just kind of do it again, turn it back on. Here's high. You can see, great. And there's turbo. So, it really does brighten up. And it's definitely more of a spotlight beam rather than just a wide angle. You get that really good distance. Just thought I'd show some more video. Here I am down at the beach, put it in turbo mode, and you can see, I can see all the way to the end of the dock, under the pilings and everything. This really does have, throws a lot of light really far for such a tiny little flashlight. It's pretty amazing. So anyways, it's kind of funny. It does look a little bit like a lightsaber, when you see that beam out here. I think that's a little bit of the moisture in the air. But pretty crazy how far this thing can throw. Another kind of cool little feature I thought it had was you can click it 4 times in a row, and you can see I get the 3 flashes out of the LED. And what that does is it disables the power button. So basically, if you had it sitting in your purse or in a bag, or in your pocket, and you accidentally bump that button, it's not going to turn on you. So make sure you have a good battery when you need it. I think you could also just untwist the back, half a turn or something too, and that would probably keep the battery from coming on, But anyways, 4 clicks, gets it back on. It's just kind of handy, so if you had it in the glove box, you don't want it to, accidentally turn on and be dead when you actually need it. So it's nice that they had a couple features in there that you can kind of do to, keep that from happening. So again, great little flashlight. Well, that's pretty much the end of my video. Here you can just kind of see what I got in the box, which was a flashlight, the battery, USB cable, lanyard, and instructions. I bought this myself. I didn't get, this wasn't given to me, so I just kind of bought it and was impressed with it, so I thought I'd do a quick review. I hope you liked it. Appreciate any likes or subscribes. That's always awesome. And if you got one of these and you liked it or had any problems with it, probably leave a comment below, and maybe others will find it useful. Thanks a lot for watching.